Hello viewers, it's PENTAX Pete again. This is another one of my treasures which I've been given recently by a kind gent on the PENTAX forums UK. All I had to pay was £4.40 postage. Now this is a PENTAX SF7. I'm not sure the era, maybe it's 1980s or 1990s, but anyway, I've never had one of these. So I've been trying it out lately and I thought I'd give you a quick rundown on it. A PENTAX SF7. It's got the PENTAX K bayonet, so it takes all the bayonet lenses, but you can use the M42 fit with the adapter. There's not much at the front. There's the lens release button here, and on this side you have a auto focus to manual focus switch. So if you want it on manual focus, you push it downwards, and if you want on autofocus you push it upwards. And this little socket is for a electronic cable release. Bit expensive, so I don't have one of those. The only disappointment is there's no 3mm coaxial flash socket anywhere to use studio flash, or can't plug in my Mecha Blitz. But you do have on the top, you have some other controls. I'm sorry I didn't bother to take the strap off. We had so much trouble getting the strap on. There's a hot shoe here which you can plug with flashes. Now I've used that with my Mecha Blitz through the lens flash metering module, and that does work. Now we have a screen here which gives you all the settings. First of all, you have to switch it on, and before that you've got to put a battery in. Now this takes the CR5 batteries. Here it is. There's an arrow here marked open. Look, that's the CR5 battery. The gentleman kindly gave me that. That comes with it. Quite expensive. Now fitting it in again. It's only plastic or polycarbonate, so you have to be a bit careful how you do it. Ah, it's gone in now. We'll have a look at the top now. So now you've got the battery in, you can switch it on and it'll go mad. It will think there's a film in and wind it on. Listen. Oh, it didn't. Would you believe it? It didn't wind on. And there's a little sound here. It goes beep beep. If you don't want the little sound on, you click it down once and the little sound doesn't work. There's the mode selector here, little wheel, and this is the release button. And then here we are. It went up, the mirror went up and came down again. Now how do you change it? Well, you have to look in the little screen here and you press mode and something flashes here to tell you to do the little wheel. There we are. Now that says 250th of a second, or bulb, or brief, bulb for brief time. Now 250th of a second, that will give you 250th of a second, and you can change it down to a higher speed up to 2,000th, or down to a lower speed. We'll put it on 1 second. See the action of the mirror? 1 second. It was a bit accurate when I can count 1 second. That is how to set the modes. Now, first of all, you've got to put a lens on. So we'll fit this little lens, the PENTAX Zoom 35-80 F series, and it's a maximum aperture of f4, which goes down to 5.6 as you zoom out. Now this has an A setting. That is automatic exposures. You put the A to the little dot there, the little line, and then you find the red dot to red dot. There we go. Just gently squeeze it on, take off the lens cap so you can get some light through. Here we are. Now we've got a lens on. Now if you want it on autofocus, we have to push it down to AF, and then we press it gently and it will see if it can find something to focus on. Well, it won't it's hunting because it can't find anything to focus on here, but it does focus. Right, I'll turn it this way, see if it can focus on something in the bathroom here where I do my videos. There you are. Oh, yes, yes, you can see it coming in and out. Look, there it goes. There are some things which will fail the autofocus, such as going through glass and things like that. Now there's, I'll zoom it out. Here's the settings. Now if you want to change the mode, you press this. It's on program now. That's because I've got it on A, and I've got the word automatic come up there, so it will give you programmed exposure. That means the camera will set both aperture and shutter speed. If you want to change it, you press mode, you turn a little wheel here until that goes off. Then you have the shutter speed come up, which is on 1 second. So we can change the shutter to half a second. We'll stick it on a 2/50th of a second. When it says automatic, it means automatic exposure with shutter priority. So that's 2/50th of a second, and it won't fire until it's in focus. So we'll stick there, it's firing now. If you want it on aperture priority, you've got to take it off. Stick it on an aperture here, aperture ring, say f8. Then you've got to make certain the word auto shows. Here we are, automatic. Let your finger up. Now you've got automatic aperture priority setting, and I've used that. If you want to change the drive mode here, which I've never changed, and put it to delayed action, you press that one. I must admit I've never used that. Where do it comes up? It will come up in the little window. I've had a look at some instructions on the Mr. Butkus site, and he's very useful for giving you some free instruction leaflets. Now loading the film is automatic load, pardon me, and automatic wind. You can see what film you've got in there. It's all polycarbonate inside, look. It's not too bad though. Now, if you want to override a film, you've got to do things. Now this is a 200 ASA film which I've found in my stash. It was Lloyd's Pharmacy, which is actually Agva. But I wanted to raise it to 100, not 200. Now there's no means to override because these blasted DX coding things here will set it to 200. And it'll be underexposed because it's so old. So what you have to do, you stick a bit of paper over the DX coding contacts, and then when you put your film in, it defaults to 100. Now here's another very old test film. This is a Jessop's. That's a 200. I've tested these, I was given these, but they'd been in a cupboard for so many years, none of them were any good, so I use them for testing now. Now one minute, we'll switch it off. Oh, it's off, that's right. Pull it across to the mark, there. There's a little red mark inside there. There's a little red mark, look. Make certain you can feel some sprockets, and don't go pressing there because there's shutters under there. Press with your finger. Now it'll go mad now as it winds on. Here it goes, stand by. Zip. Oh. Zip, 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 zip. And then, if you're lucky, it's loaded correctly. Number 1 comes up in the little window there. So we're all ready to go. So we'll take a few. 3, 5, 6, okay. Now you'll see how it's wound on. Look, loads of it's wound on now. The only problem with this auto wind, I find it winds on so much at the start. But what I've done, I've stuck a little bit of extra film over the leader, and I've been able to get extra frames on. But that's how it winds with the auto wind. You can gently pull it out. when I've developed my film, I gently pull it out like that. There we are. Now there's changing the different lenses. I've got a lens here that I've used. Take off the little autofocus. This is a K series bayonet, but it's the M series lens, so it's got no automatic exposure mode contacts. That's a 1.4 M series lens, and it gives very good results because you have to focus it all manually here, and you can only get manual or aperture priority automatic, because there's no A series here, no A setting rather. You can only get that, but it works, and I've done some pictures at 1.4 and it all worked nicely. Then the other lens I've tried is this huge lens here, which is an F series 100 to 300 Pentax lens that came with my gift MZ5 camera. Now this is very heavy, it weighs a ton. We'll stick it on and you can see how this one works. I've done some pictures with this yesterday and it all works, except it's very poor with auto-focusing. There we are, that's on now. I'll take the lens cap off. It hunts, and I've used it with manual focus only, so it's no use fitting it on if the blinking lens is going to hunt and take you 10 minutes before it clicks into focus. So it's much easier to stick this on manual focus and turn the ring here and look through your viewfinder until it's in focus. There's not much in the viewfinder. All you get is a focus target, and the little readout comes up in LEDs at the side to give you what aperture you've got or what shutter speed it's going to give you, etc, etc. Well, that's about all there is on the SF7. As I say, I've only ever seen one before. That was about 35, 40 years ago. But as it was free, I'm using it. So I hope you've enjoyed this short little diatribe on the Pentax SF7. Get it right sometime. See you again, folks, and if you like me and my videos, please subscribe so you can see what comes up next.